While Earl Morris was vacationing in California, he learned his wife had been reported missing from their home in Arizona.
What? Mom's missing? What happened?
The search for Ruby Morris involved dozens of police investigators, forensic scientists, DNA testing, and even the Coast Guard.
I'm heading home.
The results of that investigation surprised everyone, especially Earl Morris. Ruby and Earl Morris were partners in both business and in marriage. They had been married for over 20 years and were the parents of 3 grown children. The Morrises were both accountants and operated their own accounting and tax preparation firm.
They had had it for years and years, and they built it up, together from scratch, and it was doing very well.
Their business made them millionaires, and they raised their 3 children in this luxurious mountain home just outside of Phoenix. On June 4th, 1989, Earl Morris headed to California to see his oldest daughter, Donna Kay, perform in a concert. She was a country singer with a promising career. Ruby decided not to join her husband on that trip, planning instead to go shopping with her other daughter, Cindy, for some furniture for her new home. But Ruby didn't show up on Sunday morning at Cindy's home for the planned shopping trip. So Cindy drove out to her parents' home.
That's totally unlike her mom. I mean, her mother kept every, date that she ever had with her, and unless she called her and canceled, and she didn't do this.
Ruby Morris wasn't home. The burglar alarm was turned off. Ruby's pocketbook was missing, but her car was still there, although it wasn't parked in its usual spot. Ruby Morris was a neat, meticulous person, and her daughter noticed right away that things were out of place. A faucet was dripping in the bathtub. Dirty clothes were piled high inside the washing machine and hadn't been washed. A carpet shampoo cleaner was left out, but the most troubling discovery was that a .22 caliber pistol usually kept in a closet was missing. Cindy Morris immediately called the police.
And that's really all I expected it to be, was another missing persons case, that this person would be found in a couple of hours.
Police could find no evidence of a break-in or any type of struggle.
The house was immaculate as far as the initial appearance. Beds were made, floors were extremely clean. Exterior of the house showed no signs of any disturbance. Walking through the house when I got on the scene, nothing that would even indicate that there had been any type of a problem.
Since Ruby was known to hike in the desert near her home, police searched the area by helicopter.
If she did walk out in the desert to a point and became injured somehow, she wouldn't have been that far from the house. So that's why we felt our best opportunity would have been the helicopter to see if there was any body out there. And we didn't find anything.
I'm coming right home.
When Earl Morris heard the news of his wife's disappearance, he told family members that he would head straight home from California. If Cindy Morris was right, and something happened to her mother, investigators hoped to find some clues to her whereabouts inside the Morris home. It took Earl Morris longer than anticipated to drive home from California, but when he arrived, the police were anxious to speak with him.
So have you ever had any fights?
Earl Morris told police that their relationship was basically a good one with occasional arguments, but nothing out of the ordinary.
She ever done anything at all like this before? I mean, left and just...
Yeah, she's done it before, but she usually calls, or gets mad or something.
Morris also confirmed that the .22 caliber pistol the couple